Alright, so this will be part 6 of my Splinter Pandora Tomorrow 80% tutorial. This video will be taking a look at the 6th mission in the game, which is the Komodo Shipyard, or Komodo, Indonesia, on the main menu here. It's a fairly straightforward mission, kind of like Train is, although there's a fairly tricky run and gun section at the beginning that you have to do kind of quick in order for the guards to be in the right cycle. Otherwise you'll get seen early and that causes problems down the line. I'll show you what I mean by that as we get into it here. Okay, so as soon as you load in, you're gonna crouch down. You want to uncrouch as soon as that happens, and immediately start running around this direction where this little thing is. You want to cycle through your inventory to bring up the pistol, and then you want to do a quick jump here to get on top of this platform. It's a little tricky because the geometry sometimes likes to push you off if you jump in the wrong way. And there's no real cue that I use for this. I just try to jump the ledge and hope that I don't fall off. The key you can use is see this black line right here. You want to try to jump at that black line. Just like that. I'll demonstrate it a few more times so you get a feel for it. One more time, just to be sure. Alright. Then run through this shack here. There's these guards right here that you have to get past. There's a couple of ways you can get past these guards. The first method that I use in my runs is I just run in a wide semicircle like that. What you can do though, if you're a little uncomfortable with that, is you want to bring out your pistol, equip the red laser sight, and then shoot that lamp, and you'll be able to run through there easy peasy. Again, that, or you can do the semicircle method that I showed you. Either way, you want to go through this courtyard in order to get past the two guards. You'll get seen this next bit, but don't worry about it. That's expected. I just want to turn your corners really tightly right there to avoid getting shot by the sniper as best as you can. Just like that. Bring out your pistol, then shoot that lamp. I'll demonstrate a few more times so you can get a feel for it. Don't worry about getting shot by the sniper, by the way, when you shoot the lamp, because you're behind cover, so the sniper can't shoot at you. So take as much time as you need to shoot the lamp. Well, not really take as much time as you need for it, but you can be slow with it is what I mean. You don't have to be like super hasty when shooting the lamp. Because when you run through the area, while the guards will be suspicious, or alert rather, they won't be able to see you because you're in the dark. Anyway, you want to shoot that lamp and run through this area in the direction I'm going here. Again, you will get shot by the sniper at least once or twice, like I had happen just there. If you're lucky, you won't get shot by the sniper. But even if he does like negligible damage. He usually takes around half of your health bar if he does end up hitting you. Alright, so once you get out of there, you want to jump up to that ledge. Most often with that split jump, you'll end up facing away from the ledge, so you'll have to press left or A to face towards the ledge in order to jump up towards it. And you want to jump up towards the ledge, drop down here, and there's sort of two methods you can use for getting through this area again. What I recommend if you're a beginner is to crouch glitch up to this guy and knock him out. And there's this guard right here. Want to bring out your red laser sight or don't, whichever you feel comfortable with, and then shoot the guard. You almost always get a second alarm in this section, but again, don't worry about that. That's expected. It will go away later, once we get further on the mission. So that's that method. The other method you can use is just simply run through this area like you're seeing me do here. You'll get shot by the guard, but it's negligible damage again. Demonstrate that again. Again, the main thing to keep in mind during this section is don't worry about taking damage. You only really need to worry about it if you end up getting really, really low on health, but then again, you won't have to worry about it too much still. There's not much opportunity for you to get shot after this for the rest of the checkpoint. Anyway. Either way, you want to go over here to this little hut. Go behind here for safety. There's some lasers you have to get past here. And you can just like willy-nilly run past the lasers since you can see them right there without thermal vision. But I highly recommend you run past them with thermal vision on. That pattern is ideal where that second laser is on the middle or down and you only have to jump once, but if both lasers at the end are down, you'll end up having to jump twice, and that's no big deal. You just have to kind of react to the pattern of lasers that you get in order to avoid hitting them. By the way, you want to go through that hut, and then go down the ladder. Open this elevator. Go up to this elevator button, and then press space twice really quick to bring up the prompt like this, and then go down to the control room. Just like that. Then you want to cycle through your inventory, bring up the SC20K, and cycle through the SC20K sub-inventory. In my case it's tab, 3 times I believe. 1, 2, 3. There we go. That'll bring up the ring airfoil rounds, which you'll need for the next checkpoint. Once you get to a round right there, or rather, round right here, we'll do a roll. Just like that. Bring out the SC20K once you get around here. Scope, zoom in, get a headshot on this guy, and get a headshot on that other guard. Don't worry if that guard pulls an alarm on you, you don't have to worry about it. Because I believe the alarm level will go away in the next checkpoint, so you really don't have to worry about alarms at all from this point onwards. You'll see this NPC running away here. That's an NPC named Garen. We need to grab him real quick here to interact with the computer to trigger a cutscene, which will let you get to the end of the checkpoint. So I'll just try to shoot these guards again to get back to Garen. If he's running through the control room like he was just there, don't worry about it. Especially if you're new, the small time loss that results from Garen running in a certain way doesn't really matter. So you just want to run up to Garen and grab him like that. Be careful when you interact with Garen, because sometimes Garen is right next to this guard's dead body right here. So if you're a bit too quick with the interact key press, you'll end up picking up the body instead of grabbing Garen. So just be wary of that as you run up to Garen. Anyway, once you grab Garen, you want to go over to this computer right here, in between these 2 chairs. Be careful when you do this interact prompt, because if you let go of spacebar too early, you'll end up interrogating Garen, and that starts a conversation that wastes around 20 seconds, I'd say, roughly, which I'll demonstrate here.
Hi. How's your super?
Why?
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Actually, I was wrong. It's not 20 seconds. It's more like 10 seconds. But yeah, if you accidentally are too hasty when letting go of spacebar there, you'll start that small conversation with Garen, and waste a bit of time. You don't want that. So when you get up to this computer, just hold the interact key, then press W once, or forward once, to get to the use computer prompt. Like that. And then that'll start this cutscene where the submarine rises up out of the water. Alright. Alright, so once you get out of that cutscene, there's a conversation that's going to start right here. You want to knock out Garen at a specific point during this conversation in order to save a little bit of time.
Tell him we're kosher.
What?
Tell him nothing.
Basically, it's when Garen says under in a second.
There's no
Or rather, when he says soon.
light flash up on the ballast tanks. I'll put you back under as soon as they're fixed.
Right there. As soon as he says soon, you can press the fire button to knock Garen out. If you knock him out too early, you'll fail the mission. So you do have to be careful of that when carrying Garen over to the door here. If you're a beginner, I recommend, instead of doing that, waiting until all of Garen's dialogue is done. Perhaps even wait until the person on the radio says, copy that. Just wait. If you're new, I suggest you just wait until the person on the other end of the radio says, copy that. Then knock Garen out. Either way, you want to knock Garen out. And then go over to the store here. Cycle through your inventory to bring up the SC20K. Alright. Just run upstairs here. There's a guard on the other side of the store. You want to... Well, I personally use the SC20K with the scope to knock him out, as you'll see here. You can use the pistol to shoot him instead, as you'll see here. But I personally recommend using the scope on the SC20K. And you want to open the door, run along this dock. Upcoming here is a small, neat little trick here to skip having to use this ferry. I want to go on the edge here with the slowest walking speed on the control stick, or in my case the scroll wheel, and drop down by pressing crouch. Bring your legs up to zip down the zip line faster by pressing jump. Drop down again here. And bring your legs up to go down the zip line faster again. Yeah, on the dock here. Once you get to around right here, bring out your SC20K, zoom in with the scope, and then shoot that guy. There's a little trick here to skip a bit of climbing when going down this ladder. What I do is I bring out the SC20K, and I walk into the opening, and as soon as I start falling down the opening, I hold right, and Sam should grab onto the ladder. Just like that. And once you're on the ladder like this, press crouch to drop off the ladder, and then press crouch again to do a soft landing there. I'll demonstrate that a few more times. You can roll down that hole, but if you do, you'll take a bunch of damage. So that method I just showed you with the SC20K, it's slower overall, but it's a lot safer. And you do really need to hold right as soon as you fall, literally right as soon as you fall down the hole. Otherwise that'll happen where Sam doesn't grab onto the ladder, hits the floor, and dies. You don't want that. Either way, you want to drop down to the submarine here. I could not forget to click save, that is. There we go. Run over here. Do a roll into this opening to skip climbing down the ladder. There's a guard coming up that's going to come through a door. You want to crouch glitch up to here. Shoot the guard with 2 ring airfoil rounds. And that should knock him out. Demonstrate that a few more times so you can get a feel for it. Then you want to crouch glitch through this, or not crouch glitch through this room. Oh, that's an old strat that I'm talking about. What you want to do, once you shoot the guard with the ring airfoil rounds, is to run through the room. You'll alert a guard, but that's fine. Just run over to him and knock him out.
What the hell is that?
That is, if he doesn't pull an alarm on you like that. And roll into this opening. That is, again, if I don't forget to quick save. Roll into this opening, again, like with the previous opening, to skip climbing down the ladder. Small time save there. Bring out your sticky shockers. There's a guard just around the corner here, and he has really good eyesight, so he'll see you even when you're not, even when you're like literally just at the corner. So what you want to do is edge yourself around the corner like this, then shoot the guard with a sticky shocker. You want to shoot the light right there to avoid having to do a buy check skip, because with the game's current timing method, there isn't a load remover, so this game is timed by real time, which counts loads, and obviously quick saving and quick loading, considering that, it eats time with the fact that we don't use a load remover of any sort. So you want to try to avoid quick saving and quick loading unnecessarily. That is, if you're going for an optimal run. Honestly, if you're new, you can feel like you can quick save and quick load as much as you feel like. Anyway, you want to shoot that guard with a sticky shocker and then shoot out the light so his body doesn't get found to avoid having to quick save and quick load unnecessarily. You want to run over to this door, get into a crouching stance, and then move over to this door. As soon as the door opens, bring out your pistol. I think I actually messed up. Then as soon as the door opens, bring out your pistol, shoot the wall so that guard is distracted, and then run up to the guard and grab him. This is another one of those cases where you want to move through this area quickly. So the guard is on the right cycle, so he isn't so close to you that he sees you when you try to bring out your gun to shoot. Again, I'll demonstrate this a few more times so you get a feel for it. And of course you can watch my inputs if you have trouble figuring out how to do this. You also don't want to shoot the doorway, otherwise that will alert the guard and cause him to pull an alarm on you. So there's that method. If you feel uncomfortable with that though, there's another method you can use, which involves just opening the door like this, or to lure him into the room. And bring out the SC-20K with the ring airfoil rounds and stun him. Whoops, I accidentally activated no clip, don't mind me. Anyway, you just want to lure him into this room. And bring out this SC-20K with the ring airfoil rounds. Not accidentally no clip like I did just there. What happened was, actually I can explain what happened there. What happened was my no-clip key is X, and my crouch key is C. So I fat-fingered the X key when I was trying to press C to uncrouch. Anyway, with either that first or second method that I showed you, you want to grab this guard and bring him over to that retinal scanner so you can get into the submarine control room. You don't have to worry about the interact menu there. You can pretty much just mash interact as you go up to the retinal scanner, and you'll interact and you'll do the animation there. Cycle through your inventory to bring up the SC20K. Then bring out sticky shockers. Sticky shock both of these guards. That second guard is kind of obstructed by this level geometry, so if you feel uncomfortable with that, just go ahead and scope the guard.
What the hell was that? What the hell?
Never mind, because I forgot you can't shoot guards with non-lethal gadgets in this mission, or with lethal attacks in this mission. Anyway, forget what I said after the sticky shocker part. Just shoot both these guards with a sticky shocker. That's my bad. And once you shoot those guards with the sticky shockers, run over here and interact with this computer, and you'll be free to go to finish the mission.
Fisher, what do we got, Grim?
And go out of the control room, go to the right here to this secret area of sorts. It's slightly faster than going all the way back through the submarine. Jump up this ladder.
We'll run a cross-check on their recent contracts. 5 PMCs line up pretty nicely with our 5 pox
Jump
boxes.
up to this ladder as well.
Amityville time. Get out. If we got the pox boxes,
And also, when you go into the next section, you want to have your pistol
wanna move fast.
and
Rendezvous
equipped.
going. It's about time you introduced yourself to Sedono.
Run down these stairs. You'll get alerted, or rather you'll alert a guard, but that's fine. I just want to shoot him down real quick. There's a bunch of guards on this pier, and the only good way to take care of them is to shoot those explosive barrels. You can just go out here and shoot the barrels, but you risk taking damage from the guards like that. So if you're worried about taking damage when shooting the barrels, what you can do, if you want to, is to go behind cover here. Hold left so Sam is peeking around the corner like this. Then bring out your pistol. This way you can still aim at the barrels like this, but the guards won't be able to shoot you since you're behind cover. And then shoot the barrels. Well, I did happen to get damage there, but I only got shot like once. And then once you have the guards taken care of, just run to the end of the pier. If you're low on health here, this fire can be a bit of an issue because the fire actually does quite a bit of damage if you let it hit you. So if you're low on health going into this section, there's a med kit right there at the top of the stairs that you can use to heal. Anyway, you want to go to the end of the section here. Once you're done with all that. If you want to avoid the fire, just go to the left here once you get past this body. Then to the right again to avoid that other body. So if you want to avoid healing with a med kit and you're low on health, you can do that. Alright, one last speed trick at the end of the mission here. There's a ladder you're supposed to use to get down to the dinghy in order to finish the mission, but you don't actually have to use that. Instead, you can go off to the right here and fall off to avoid having to use the ladder. You basically want to hug the railing right there like I just did. Because if you go too close to the opening of the ladder, Sam will try to go down the ladder. So when you go on the edge, he'll automatically stand up like that. And you don't want that to happen. Anyway, just want to hug the right side. I believe the left side of the ladder works as well. Let me check. Yeah, left side works as well. On either the left or the right, you want to hug the railing, then edge yourself off. You don't want to go move too hastily because otherwise you'll have that happen where you overshoot the boat. Either way, left or right, you want to edge yourself off to fall onto the boat like that. And that's mission complete. Alright, that's Komodo down. I'll see you in the next video for Jakarta.